Hello everyone and welcome to your weekly workout. Today we are going to be doing pretty much a total body circuit focused a lot on pulling actions. So what you need for today's workout are a medium set of dumbbells, maybe a kettlebell. One of the movements might be easier with a kettlebell if you have that available to you, and then an optional bench. If you don't have a bench, that's okay, we can work around that. But if you've got one, we're definitely going to use it. So the first superset that we're going to do, we're going to go through it 3 times, and we're going to start with a Renegade Row, which is a plank while you're holding dumbbells, and then you row and row from side to side. We will do 10 per side there, and then we're going to be doing thrusters or a squat to an overhead press, and that's going to be for a time interval. So 40 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So grab your dumbbells. I'm going to be using 25 pounds here for my Renegade Rows, starting in your high plank. Now what we want is our hips not to swivel from side to side as we do this. So I like to take a little bit wider stance. Notice my low back. It's not collapsing down. My tailbone is reaching back behind me. Core is braced. Ribs are in. Shoulders are locked down the back. So we're doing 10 per side. I want you to alternate. Pull your elbow to the ceiling. Push the weight down. Elbow to the ceiling, weight goes down. So 20 total. Squeeze your lats. Put your elbow back towards your waistline. Then once you've got your 20 total, come to stand. Weights in hands. I wish I had some lighter weights with me for my thrusters. So 40 seconds of work. Weights at shoulders. Sit back, sit down, drive up. You'll rest for your 20 seconds and then start back up at the top of the superset with your 20 alternating Renegade Rows, and then come back to the thrusters. Do this 3 times total. Now after that third round, I want you to rest for about 45 seconds to a minute before we move into our second superset, which is, our second superset is a 1-arm row. That's where our bench will come in handy with reverse lunges, alternating reverse lunges. If you don't have a bench, you can just come into a lunge stance and row like this. If you do have a bench, place one knee on the bench, that same hand on the bench. Your weight will go in the opposite hand. Core again, braced. I'm not sticking my butt out or letting my belly poke out or my low back collapse. I'm braced. You're going to pull that elbow back, squeeze, and then lower. Squeeze, and then lower. So we want to be working our lats here. That's why you'll notice I'm pretty much pulling back on a diagonal. You don't want to do this. Notice how my shoulder's towards my ear and my elbow going straight up to the ceiling. Not that. Pull back. 15 on the right, and then you'll switch and do 15 on the left. Then grab your weights for your alternating reverse lunges. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Start with shoulders over hips. Keep shoulders over hips as you lunge back and down. Knee stays over the ankle. Woo. Look out for your equipment. Get down nice and low, right? So you're working the glute, not just the quad. If you only feel this in your quad, go lower. Use your front foot to stand, not your back foot to propel you forward. 40 seconds work, weights down, rest for 20, start back at the top with your 1-arm dumbbell rows, 15 on the right, 15 on the left, and then go back to your lunges, 3 times total. Again, after the third round, rest, 45 seconds to a minute. Then our third superset, we've got those Renegade Rows again. Okay, so those are gonna make a repeat appearance. We're really working that back today. And then the second movement is, yes, close grip dumbbell press. So Renegade Rows, just to review, find your plank, wide stance so the hips don't wobble or swivel. 10 per side. 20 total. And once you've got those, keep those dumbbells You're gonna lay back on your bench. If you don't have a bench, just lay on the ground and do this. So we're gonna press our weights together as we push the weights towards the ceiling. So lay back. Let's scoot down a little bit. So I'm pushing the weights together as I push the weights towards the ceiling. My chest and shoulders are working the entire time. The more you press, the more you work. 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. When you're done, oof, gracefully come to a seated position, and then you'll start back at the top with your Renegade Rows. Again, we do this 3 times. Rest, 45 seconds to a minute. Then we'll move into our last superset, which is those one-arm dumbbell rows again, right? And then Sumo Squat to upright row. That's where that kettlebell might come in just a little bit more handy. So with the dumbbell rows, remember, one knee on the bench, one hand on the bench, spine is long, we're not collapsing, we're not sticking our butt up in the air, we're pulling our elbow back, squeeze. You do 15 on the right, 15 on the left, then grab your weights or your kettlebell. So if you're holding your weights, they'll just be in front of you for this sumo squat. I'm actually gonna grab this kettlebell over here because it's an easier grip. Move this out of the way. Remember, sumo squat, feet are wide, toes turn out, shoulders stay over the hips as you sit down, upright row to the ceiling. Watch your knees. Woo. Open them out to pinky toes. From the side, I'll show you. This is another 40-second work, 20-second rest. Down and up, down and up. Keep the weights close to you. Rest for 20 after the 40-second work interval. Start back at the top. 15 rows on the right, 15 rows at the left. Grab your weights. Sumo squat to upright row, 3 times total. And there, you have your workout. Enjoy.